team. My dude did a really good job right there. Shout out this man in yellow.
That was crazy. I like his movement. His movement was crazy.
Yeah, nah, his movement positioning were really good. It was like where he put himself on it, according to where Wolf was in the land is really good. I gotta give shout outs to Lemon too.
Word.
We're gonna swap. All right.
Word.
All right. So what's up, everyone? We had this 4 banger sets happened just now.
Yes,
oh
we
my god!
did.
And each of
So
them went
good.
game 3,
So
I
good.
think.
Yeah.
Everything went game 3.
And I think everything did go game 3. It was
Yes,
banger
indeed.
sets, back to banger sets.
Yes, indeed. So that's going to be it for me and TK1. Thank you guys so much for having us here.
Yep.
Again, shout out BDB and shout out Marcy and shout out Third Day GG. Y'all doing a great job of this thing.
Facts.
So we are going to sign off. I think Ubul and I don't know who else are going to give you guys some blessed commentary for this next set.
And then we're going to
bunch of
have
sets.
even later, Momo will be here.
Yes,
Momo
that guy
Momo on the mic, baby.
You already know.
Anyways, again, that's
It's a
it for us.
pleasure.
Thank you for having us. And don't forget,
Drink
you
your
see
water,
this?
guys.
Drink your freaking water, bro. It's hot outside. It's hot in this venue. Stay hydrated. We can't have y'all collapsing from heat stroke out here.
Yep, we'll see you guys later.
Peace out.
This is Fox, returning to base.
Hold on. You're going to have to say the exploit. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Emergency Run That Back. I'm Ubel, joined by Nintunis, and we'll be taking you through the entirety of Top 16, predominantly the winner side here. How you feeling here, Nintunis?
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Now I'm stressed and scared. That
All
wasn't
of
in my contract.
Every single bit of it.
Oh, boy! Welcome. I was going to give you guys some intelligent commentary, but then my glasses broke, so this is what you get now. You get blind as a bat, sunglasses. That way you never have to see the disappointment in my eyes for not being able to get them back. But there ain't going to be no disappointment for you guys on stream watching at home right now, because we have 2 of Tristate's finest coming out for you guys right here. We have household name, an absolute favorite. We got Jude, Jakal, Harris, Jingle, Heimer, Schmidt going up against Deltaforce.
Deltaforce, yeah.
Yeah.
So good old Deltaforce has overcame a long, rough set up against a Pharaoh in order to get into winner side top 16. Unfortunately, Pharaoh dropping to Biddy and loser side as well. So
Yes.
just kind of goes to show how, what's the proper word here? I guess just stacked, just completely overflowing with talent from all across Tristate and even beyond, because another member of top 16 in the loser side is Reed, who is from like way upstate New York as well, coming down here and able to make it to top 16 as well with wins on players like Ranger I saw and Ram.
Yeah.
So it's quite the Shark's Den around here at Helix today, and you know what? Couldn't be more happier. It's kind of insane just to see when an event like this, especially put on by people like Fuzzy Pixel and Third Day, AJ walking behind us and then getting ready to run the stream. Like when you get a real grassroots event going and a lot of people come out, that's when you get like the pinnacle of Smash Ultimate.
That's when the magic happens, really.
Oh, for sure.
When you feel that in the air, it's a little less of a corporate stink to it, if that makes any sense. Not that not having money is not that having money ain't nice. It absolutely is, but you know, when it's just people coming together, it reminds you why you come to these things in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
It's a community aspect, you know. Twitter doesn't give that justice when you're seeing people behind a screen and like popping thoughts into the void left and right willy-nilly. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm not going to talk about my communications degree right now. We're going to get into game number 1 of this still best of 3 set, if I'm not mistaken, between these two titans of players right now. Jakal going up against Deltaforce, a matchup that I feel should be relatively in the favor of Wolf. It's funny, right? Like, when I think about these two, I think about Wolf, I think about his neutral air. I think about how it stuffs out so many nairs, and then I think about how the other character's neutral air beats almost every single other one in this entire game.
What's so funny is that both these characters have effectively the same nair. They're both frame 7, they both linger for an astoundingly long time, have a ton of priority behind them to power through projectiles, and particularly Deltaforce has been playing at such a high level as of late, able to get recently a win on Jakal in a matchup that he's known to have hated for such a long time. These two going right back into it, looking like a solid start here for Jakal, but it is Deltaforce on the verge of taking the stock with this lead trap as it keeps on going. The bomb closing out that first stock, and it's Deltaforce striking first blood.
You know, he got caught in the hit lag of that Wolf Flash after attacking the bomb. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe that extends that doesn't extend the hitbox like certain other neutral B projectiles typically do. But it might have caused him to be like hanging on in the air a little bit more, which might have given Deltaforce a couple of extra frames to really just pop that shot a little more. Either way, he was going to get hit by that explosion, but he wound up making it even easier. And speaking of making it even easier, as Deltaforce not able to make it back to the stage and cracking up only a 35% differential between these two players in stock number 2.
Oh, what a solid drift there from Jakal. He saw the jump read attempt there from Deltaforce, so he air dodged straight away, but was able to drift back to ledge. Goes to the extra layer of defensive options that a fast faller has with their air dodge, since they don't get put into as much end lag from it, can be so frustrating to deal with, especially as a trapping character like Link. But there is no sign of any of these traps not working. Deltaforce holding onto the lead, finding a grab there, looking for the forward throw bomb setup, but a little bit too far was that bomb.
Yeah, and it's interesting though. Deltaforce always likes to, you know, he's told me in person that he likes to be like the aggressive Wolf, the aggressive Link. He likes to mash, he likes to go in when he can, and Link certainly has the buttons to do it. But Wolf is one of those like interesting like anomaly cases where I feel like a lot of his buttons are, you know, sort of better than Link's. It's not often that you have a character that moves through the air as well as Wolf does, while also having like borderline Ganon-like hitboxes sometimes. So I feel like Deltaforce might have to play just a little bit outside of his comfort zone to deal with a Wolf as practiced as Jakal, I should feel. I mean, he's still got his patented ledge traps, you know, like you throw that bomb down, bounces up, you know, stuffs out neutral, get up attack and whatnot, but he's gonna have to pull out a lot more cards, such as the anti-airs like that, to be able to start taking this game away. And he is up a whole stock over Jakal right now in game number 1, looking like he wants it.
I think that's going to be, as you were mentioning, like such a big thing when it comes to trying to keep Wolf at bay. Like aligning a lot of these aerials and a lot of these setups like really close to the ground, taking use of Link's incredible fall speed, both from a normal fall speed and at a fast fall. Just putting out blinding amount of hitboxes and covering so much space with your meaty aerials. Look at that fast fall neutral there, harassing and hounding Jakal to the tune of 82%. And when you're doing this all with a lead, you're feeling so much less threatened by going in. On top of having a bomb at your back, like it's a lot of security that Deltaforce has continued to have throughout the entirety of the final stretch of game number 1. Another roll in, Jakal just a little bit hesitant when it comes to trying to pull the trigger here as another back air lands for Deltaforce, setting up that same old ledge trap.
Yep.
Ooh, just going for a grab there. No F tilt.
That's absolute ludicrous, man. And he knows he's got those tech timings on point, as that up smash is going to be able to take the stock. But like the absolute boldness to like go down to Wolf's recovery with like a neutral air like that. I mean, it would have worked had he been able to get the hitbox down enough, but he's absolutely not going to fast fall at that. He's absolutely not going to fast fall at that percent. You see him what I'm talking about right here.
Oh, yeah.
He can mash during the ledge traps when he can. That's that bomb, he throws it right by the ledge, complete coverage on the front right there. Can't do neutral get up, can't be doing that get up attack. And at that point, it just becomes more so about like, you know, just how you time your option rather than like exactly which option you pick.
Yes.
But Deltaforce, with the way he was playing right there, just missing the first F tilt and then just hitting it again, like having it work a second time because it knows it'll cover the intangibility frames of the get up roll. He plays like it doesn't matter sometimes. You know, like he ledge traps like a damn DDD player. It's funny to see.
Well, that's where the baits of like intentionally whiffing something can come into play. Because as you were mentioning, like the timing for everything around that ledge trap is so important. You have to play around when the bomb stops bouncing, as well as whenever your ledge intangibility runs out. So if Deltaforce is able to whiff a forward tilt and get you to react to that, that's when he can even show more success based on what he knows you're reacting to. And that same thing goes for Jakal, but in a different type of sense. Like you whiff these anti-airs on the ground, only to make sure that because Wolf's airspeed is so good, you can meet Deltaforce in midair with something like a back air and take that first stock and take some momentum back after really smothering game number 1.
It certainly helps that Link has an actual sword.
That is true.
You know, historically in Smash Brothers, I mean, it was a knife. He had a knife for a pretty long time, and he wasn't necessarily considered a swordie. He was that kind where be like, all right, we're gonna give him a bunch of projectiles. You can hang back, do your thing. This game, however, you know, with the priority Link's neutral air has over so many attacks, plus the actual range that he has, can help out so much. But when you're a fast faller in the air with no jump, like you mentioned, it's not going to matter if you're up in the air against Wolf. And now you see Jakal doing a wonderful, wonderful job pushing his advantage state, trying to get that lingering nair off of the side, but waiting till just the right moment to pop that up B and get that giant hitbox out is Deltaforce, but picked just the wrong moment immediately afterwards. What's the ledge trap? Haagen-Dazs scoops, baby. God, I eat those every time I get, like, you know, a nice steak dinner. I get some ice cream afterwards.
Man, just these beautiful baits and the coverage plays from Jakal. I mean, it started with the taking of the jump from an initial fair string, turning it into an up air combo off of the platforms. Doing so again, trying to find that up air once more, but Deltaforce rather, is going to find his way out of it. A lot more up Bs out of shield here, but they're being positioned in such a way that, in fact, Jakal is not only finding his way to survive from being sent cross stage and cross stage, but also blowing through these ledge traps just into falling into one of those up airs from Deltaforce. But he's in such a hole right now that Jakal is really just driving along here in this game number 2.
There's no jump that entire time too, so he did a wonderful job tacking on an extra 40 is Jakal. And he got all of that off of like not only like what I was mentioning earlier about it's not only about like picking your right option off the ledge, it's also about how you time it. Because he did a get up attack, waited for the bomb to bounce in a certain way so he could just claw it like a cat on the way back up, like a kitty. And it just wound up working because he got that hitbox out and the ledge trap was second to none. Let's see if he does it again. No, it just waits for the neutral get up that time to mix up his option. Very, very smart.
You know, but character development on the part of Deltaforce. He does drop that game, happens. But the fact that he didn't miss a bomb confirm, the fact that he has been really consistent on when he goes for reads, knowing and recognizing the positions he's in so that you're managing your risks. Like that's ever so important when you play a character like Link and when you play against a player like Jakal, just because things can snowball really quickly for both sides, you have to know when you can need to make plays. It seems like Deltaforce has a good sense of like when he needs to start pushing, but it just kind of comes down to like in game 1 he was right a lot, in game 2 he wasn't as right.
Yeah. It's all about
it's
about understanding your danger zone as well,
yeah.
because like, you know, where you can punch and where you can't punch really depends not only on what character you're facing, but like the opponent as well. You know, we saw Deltaforce labbing out pretty hard before with French Tutor, who showed up today.
I know, I haven't seen him in
That
years.
was wild. I literally have not seen him since 2019, and they were having so much fun labbing out Link stuff that they were on a dual monitor setup, and they were playing on the same one. It was adorable. I can't even lie. But yeah, you know, Wolf moves through the air, I do believe, a little bit better than Link, but you know, Link has range like that to be able to stuff out forward smashes before they're able to come out early on. Yeah, But what we're not seeing from Deltaforce so far is that Jakal's been doing a wonderful job at not giving him any opportunities for the reverse up Bs, but I feel the reverse, beefy up Bs off of ledge to catch with. But I feel like that's a little bit of a noob killer. I feel like he kind of catches lower level players with that, and players like Jakal are just a little too smart to fall for that at this stage in the game.
Yeah, it's like something you hit by, I thought it was a weird interaction with the bomb. It's something you're hit by once, and it's like, okay, never again. Like, oh, that sweet spot back here, weaving between the bomb toss as well. Jakal finding a great moment in time to just fit in a nice back air. And we have got ourselves yet again Jakal taking the lead. Deltaforce had gotten so much in game one upon having that solid head state. But it is Jakal being so potent in terms of finding that early lead and making sure he takes it for a country mile.
It's like I said, Ganon level hitboxes in the air, but move through the air like Puff. That's not very often you can say your character has that. You can say what you want about Wolf being honest at this late stage in the meta, but he is still a very privileged character. I do not want to hear it.
I mean, he's the quintessential top tier.
The quintessential top tier is the way I like to phrase it, but with Fighters Pass 2 in the mix, it becomes a whole different discussion. But there ain't no Fighters Pass 2 on screen right now. And there ain't no Deltaforce on screen yet either, as that back air is going to stuff out another 3-1 lead in the favor of Jakal. I feel like the Jew Jakal Harris Jingleheimer Schmidt download might be starting, and it might be off AOL internet at this point.
It's a tough one. Like, Jakal is such a cerebral player because he has to be at this stage in the game. Like, the way he labs things out, I mean, not ideal kind of re-grab there, but when you can watch this unfold and the way that Jakal has to play this game and at the level that he wants to succeed at, he has to accrue information so quickly. He did so right here, third game, and it's looking just as worse as game number 2. Though Deltaforce is taking his time a little bit longer, but when you don't have a lead against an opponent like Jakal, he is fully aware that he can just simply take his time and wait for your commitments.
Jakal is playing at such a good distance too, where not only is he the one who doesn't necessarily have to approach because he's the one who's up a stock, but Bomb is really the only projectile at this point that has been doing work for him, because he's been countering Boomerang in every single way because Wolf's airspeed just kind of negates it. And that is kind of playing sort of the disheartening or a little bit of the demoralizing game on the part of Deltaforce, because Jakal is playing in such a way to the point where he's negating his projectiles in a way where playing them doesn't matter. I have not seen him land a single bow or a single boomerang so far throughout that game, but all I've been seeing him get are those ledge traps when Jakal happens to be in disadvantage at that point in time. But when they're on stage, I'm just bobbing and weaving and splitting the defense all day, baby. My character has the airspeed to be able to do that. I got the hitboxes to be able to stuff yours out when you're up close, and I got the will, desire, and way to advance further through Winners Top 16 here at Emergency. Run that back again.
Yeah, that'll be the first of our 4 winner side top 16 sets with Jakal over Deltaforce 2-1. Winner of that will play either Leon or C. But we will be getting, I believe we're getting Tab Soda and Guy next, or we may be getting Syrup and Beast. Oh no, we're getting Syrup Beast next.
I'm hyped for that set